Hello and welcome to another update video about Solana. So the Solana chart has so far not really given us a strong sign of a pullback. We currently see a little bit of a pullback, and I already added earlier today on Discord for our gold members a micro support area, which I now share with you here as well because a Solana video is due. But it's all about being prepared for a pullback. What I did write earlier today, I'm just gonna read it out, not gonna show it. I did add that the yellow B wave could be seen as technically complete. Basically, we have enough waves to the upside for this yellow corrective B wave. But only if we assume a WXY structure, WXY, which is typically not the most reliable structure or scenario, which is why I'm still watching for overall further upside in the orange count or something more bullish, as long as support levels are holding. However, to get back to the chart, there are two support levels here. Okay, so one is for the orange count, which is this one. It's between $147 and $161. It doesn't mean we have to go down to 147. It simply means that as long as we're holding that $147 level, I can sort of justify the orange scenario in which a pullback shouldn't really exceed that level. Okay, so that in turn means that below 147, the yellow count is probably taking control, and we're going to look for a much larger correction in wave C of 4 into the lower support region that starts at $108 and is quite a substantial correction. But as long as we're holding 147, my expectation would be for at least one more high here, better two more highs in wave 3, then get a fourth wave pullback and a wave 5, and then we'll take it from there. However, it takes to actually suggest that this B wave has started, it takes a break below a certain level. And this level is the micro support level here, and we might break it. At least it seems like the market wants to test this micro support area I did add to the chart. It's between $170.90 and $177.15. So the reason I added this one is that, yeah, surely, I mean, I can count a 5-wave move up here, which actually got rejected at this ideal target, the 100% extension for wave C. In yellow, yeah, it's the 100% extension level. I mentioned that in the last few days as a key level, but the price eventually did get there. But now we need to see, can we extend further? Because yeah, I mean, I can count like in the yellow count a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But who's telling me that this fifth wave isn't extending? I think it's not so probable it does, because we have reached the overall fib extension target for the C wave. And we have 5 waves up. But I mean, that fifth wave might extend. And it could do that in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Also, I always need to be aware that I could be wrong, right, with my analysis. So I always treat these charts as if I could be wrong, which means that, I mean, I'm telling you that I'm looking for further upside. I can only see that this count is technically complete. So I'm not wrong if we go up straight away, but I would prefer, for clarity, that B wave pullback. I just add the levels to the chart that gives us signals, right? And where the price has a chance to find support. Obviously, micro support areas are not so reliable as like the main support areas, but still, they are the levels that first need to be broken in order to indicate a top. So I can't tell you we've topped there in wave C of Y of B. I can say it's probable, it's definitely worth watching for it, and I can tell you that the risk, obviously, as you know, around that 100% extension level increases. That's why I pointed that out, obviously. But yeah, I mean, that $184 level is just a key. It's usually, I mean, that 100% extension is usually a key resistance. So, okay, got rejected there. Now let's watch for these levels if they get tested. 177, 174, 170. Or 171. Again, that doesn't mean we have to go down there. It just means we shouldn't break below support to keep extending. Even though I have to say I don't see a very clear pathway for the market to do that. Best interpretation would then be that probably the third is here and the fourth is here. Okay, if eventually the market does that, or indeed we completed 1, 2, 3, 4, and this just an extended fifth. Fifth waves can extend in crypto, no problem, especially in a bullish environment. So I think the levels are clear. Yeah. So what happens below $170.90? Well, if there is a sustained break, then I assume this is the B wave, which should be a 3-wave move. And then from there, I'm going to watch for a first small impulse, which should start wave C of 3, then get a 4-5. That's sort of how I see this. Below 147, as I said, firstly, we're likely going to test sort of this area here. There's just structural support around 142. And then very likely we're testing the $119 level as well. And that's sort of how I see this, right? And then we just, as we climb higher, get higher, you know, the orange count could send us to around about 220, maybe even 230, no problem. If we get there, then I would still call that a high B wave. But if then this count is complete and we get a pullback, I will definitely give you another support area. Again, in case I'm wrong and in case this is like a larger, I don't know, uptrend. So I will always give you the relevant support levels for those movements. In the last week or so, these micro support levels worked great as jump off points for higher prices for anybody who was looking for possibly trading Solana on the long side. I can only say just be on the side of caution, because there's a high risk this indeed is a B wave rally. That's my update about Solana. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.